everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. I'm Kevin Harlan here at the table with me, Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And over on the sidelines tonight, Allie LaForce. Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. In the backcourt, we'll see Maxey and Edgecombe. Oubre out there with Paul George. And it's Embiid in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Knicks, Josh Hart out there with Anunoby. Then it's Mikal Bridges. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Brunson in at the guard position. Tonight, and I'm looking forward to this group, we're going to see the speed and the skill of NBA guards. Two of the league's best going head-to-head.
And when I think basketball, I envision guards pushing the tempo, taking threes. The modern NBA has a lot of talent. The pace has never been higher.
Now here's Towns. Shoots over Oubre. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And I'll tell you, offense comes really easy to Big Cat.
Outside Maxey. He's looking for Embiid and finds him. Oubre outside. Just 4 to shoot. The 76ers need to get off a shot. George, no good. The New York Knicks, they've come in off the loss to the Pacers in Indy. And here's Brunson outside. Oubre pulls it in. Philadelphia with the ball. Pass to Edgecombe. Maxey on the wing. Puts one up from 19. George, that's a two-pointer. And it's George again missing.
See, that miss right there, it's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
And from long range, Bridges getting more and more comfortable, taking and making his share of threes.
Second round pick back in 2018. Stardom wasn't expected for Jalen Brunson, but he's always been a winner.
You look at his physical attributes, nothing jumps out at you, but it's all between the ears with him. The skill, the footwork, the vision, that's what makes him elite.
Now Edgecombe. After OG Anunoby missed from long range. With the fadeaway. Embiid, no good.
Oh, wow. Okay, we're going to start the game with 4 straight misses. Oh, look, that's about as rough as it gets. It'll get going soon.
Brunson the pass to Anunoby. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
They've come out strong 3 of the first 4 to start the game.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Charge to Joel Embiid. First personal. First team foul. OG Anunoby at the line. 1 shot.
The free throw off from Anunoby. And a hard-nosed defensive identity for this Knicks. But, G.A., there's been some slippage.
Well, the challenge has been their 2 best offensive players get targeted at the other end. The adage, you're only as strong as your weakest link. It has some truth to it.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the 1 miss here on their first 5 attempts.
George looking over the floor. Driving inside. Can't hit from in close. And so it's Hart who brings up the ball for the Knicks. Bridges, no one around him. And again, New York with the triple.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
The 76ers trail by 10. Outside, Maxey. The putback, another shot, and Embiid lays it in.
Love the activity from Embiid, just doing whatever he can to keep plays alive, getting rewarded for it there.
Pass to Towns. Shoots over Embiid, and again it's New York.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. A different look for New York. Robinson's checked in for Anunoby, and Miles McBride subbed in for Bridges. Now, here's Maxey. Great numbers on a nightly basis as he averages over 24 points a game. Here we go, one-on-one. Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
It's Grimes on the wing. And a miss there on the triple. New York lead by 12. And Quentin Grimes gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Now McBride. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. Brunson, good.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
The 76ers trail by 15. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce since she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
A bit ago, Mike Brown and I were able to chat. I brought up Tyrese Maxey and I asked him what makes him so hard to guard. He said, quote, to put things simply, his speed and his decision-making. He's one of the fastest guys in the game and also picks smart shots to take. That combination is lethal. We'll see how his defense fares against Maxey tonight. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Allie, thank you so much for that. Here's Brunson. After the Sixers pick up 2. Robinson kicks to Hart. Pass to McBride. 6 on the shot clock. New York needs to get off a shot. Towns for 3. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
About 7 seconds separate the shot and game clocks. Maxey, no good.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Over in the corner, McBride. Robinson. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's the New York Knicks with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. The defensive work they've done against Paul George has been a big factor. He hasn't done anywhere near the kind of damage we expected. Right back after this break. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Knicks.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And another thing, Coach will be thrilled with the assist numbers, spreading the wealth and creating some offensive opportunities.
So to begin the second quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers, they've got Edwards, Quentin Grimes out there with Trendon Watford. Then there's Andre Drummond, and it's Barlow in at the 4 spot. Here's Barlow, back to Watford. It's Grimes on the wing. Lets the 3 fly. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the defense.
And you think about the style of Sixers head coach Nick Nurse. Greg, what stands out to you?
He just has a willingness to experiment and adapt. That's a real asset with some of the challenges. This roster has faced, and a big part of why this front office brought it in.
Only a small part of the season behind us, RJ, but an exciting time for teams that are exceeding expectations, surprising everyone.
And those teams are going to want to harness that underdog energy. The hardest part isn't getting off to a good start, it's sustaining it.
Anunoby, he's checked in for the Knicks. Now here is Lowry. Back to Watford. Takes a 3. Shot by Grimes. No good. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for New York. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
Nice contest, a high level of energy. That's how you play defense.
Alvarado with the steal. Here's Anunoby, and Anunoby slams it in.
And you can't afford to lose Anunoby in transition. As soon as he has a step on you, it's over.
Here's Watford. No scoring in this one. Off with the layup. New York leading by 10. For three, Bridges. The shot that time, not on target.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Another miss by Philadelphia. For New York, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Alvarado passes to Robinson. To the middle. And he uses the glass on the layup. And now it's a 12-point New York lead.
Bridges has shown a lot of growth as a ball handler and as a distributor.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes.
Here they are, fans. Put your hands together for your Knicks.
Anthony Towns checked in for the Knicks. Maxey's checked in for Philadelphia.
Let me hear you once again.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. And we're going courtside for a report on Joel Embiid. So, Allie, what's the prognosis?
Hey guys, I spoke with the head athletic trainer for Philadelphia. In his analysis, an aggravation of that shoulder tendonitis. Extremely painful. They've decided this is an injury that can be played through, but we'll see if it's a limiting factor. Back to you.
Allie, thanks as always. We appreciate the report. Well, at least we know now how he's doing.
Yeah, when you talk injury, the unknown factor is always a difficult thing to deal with.
And you never want to speculate. So it's nice for us, and especially his teammates, to get some facts.
And the basket is good.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
The offensive skill set for Karl Anthony Towns, Greg is a 7-footer, is very special, to say the least.
The outstanding shooting, the post play, and he's worked on his defense. He may never be elite at that end, but he ignites an offense.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now, here's Maxey. Can they get it? Takes it inside.
And Maxey is just terrific on the drive. His speed and ability to finish is different in so many ways.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Anunoby outside. Back to Brunson. Launches a 3. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And after connecting twice from deep in the first quarter. He hasn't been able to drain another here in the second.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. That one goes on Anunoby.
Watching Tyrese Maxey grow as a player has been special. He's constantly adding new wrinkles to the game, improving his skill set on both sides of the ball.
Well, Richard, it's definitely become a shooter's league. The ability to knock down threes now becoming pivotal.
Oh, I think it's fascinating to see the skills evolve and the game change. Even if, as someone who was a shooter later in his career, I feel a little bit left out.
Miles McBride's checked in for Mikal Bridges. Now here's Towns. Very solid contribution from him as he averages over 20 points a game. That one good for two.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Maxey with it. Brunson covering. Maxey kicks to Embiid. And they double up Embiid. And here's George for three. Buries it from three-point range.
They are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
Outside Robinson. Pass to McBride. Now Robinson. 6 to shoot. Now here's Brunson. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Maxey passes to Oubre. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Crafty at cashing in from there. Oubre Jr. enjoys working on his interior game when given the opportunity.
Robinson kicks to Towns. The three-pointer no good. The 76ers trail by 10. Bounce pass Maxey. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. George against Robinson. Back to Embiid. Pass to Edgecombe. Here's Embiid. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
Next ball. Substitution on the court.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Knicks lead by 10. Well, we've got a moment now. Let's go courtside to Allie LaForce. Allie.
Carl, you were able to build the lead, but what's the key to maintaining it or even increasing it going forward?
Don't change.
All right, Allie, thank you. And, folks, we'll be back with you right after this halftime break.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot drum line. They're measuring up the shot. Nice slide. It's all good. Let's hear it for the participants.
Come one, come all. The 2K halftime is here, and so's our breakdown of the upcoming schedule. Let's check it out.
And for that matchup with the Heat, they have to be feeling pretty confident. Good teams win the games they're supposed to. We'll find out how good they are.
You can beat a team and still not be a good team. I want to see how they play.
Now let's talk about that lopsided first half. Obviously a lot of work to do for the 76ers.
If they think they'll win with this kind of defense, they're tripping.
That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. One half to go. Jalen Brunson has been exceptional here, guys. Wow.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
They've got Towns. Jalen Brunson out there with Bridges. Then it's Josh Hart. And it's Anunoby in at the 3, the small forward. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. And for over a decade in the NBA, Greg, Paul George was as scary a wing as you'd find.
Man, a two-way terror with elite size and athleticism. The Sixers paid him hoping for more of the same. But can he hold off Father Time?
We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Thank you. Well, this Knicks team has grit. Jalen Brunson said, quote, no matter what the situation is, we are going to attack it. No matter who's in front of us, we are going to grind. Kevin?
No quit. All right, Allie, thank you very much.
And you have to account for Towns on the backboards. He is too big to miss.
And that one's good, Maxey.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Maxey against Brunson. Draws contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult,
the previous play is under review.
It's so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay review.
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
Something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Let's give it up for your next regular dance crew.
That one falls for Brunson. And G.A., you started your career with the Knicks. What memories do you have from your time in New York?
Well, after winning a championship in college, it was great to play for a team in the NBA that had similar aspirations. So many great veterans to learn from, and a Hall of Fame coach.
Sometimes you just got to look away, man. I felt that move from Maxey.
The Knicks leading by 7. Brunson the pass to Anunoby. Outside, Towns. Rebound by Joel Embiid. And so George will bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. To the inside. And stolen by Anunoby. Here's Brunson. Bridges outside. Towns sets the pick for Bridges. And he's good on the 3-ball. Bridges got 11 points.
Bridges showing his versatility running the pick and roll.
Knicks lead 42-32.
Maxey looking it over. Here's Edgecombe. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Pass to Brunson. Hart with a screen on Oubre. Towns for 3. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Edgecombe with it. He's picked up by Anunoby. And here's Maxey outside. The Knicks pull it in. Towns has got his 5th rebound in this one. Pretty bucket inside by Brunson.
Look, they are in front right now because of him. He keeps draining these shots at a ridiculous clip.
Outside, Maxey. Down low. Fades and shoots. The 76ers again can't hit it. The Knicks leading by 12. Inside, here's Brunson, and he makes good on the layup. 17 points in the game.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
That'll be a 5-second call.
And just a little too lax with that possession, and it cost them.
And if they want to come back in this game, look, they got to clean up those mistakes.
And New York making a change. McBride's checked in. Philadelphia also making some changes. Arlo's checked in. And it's Quentin Grimes in for Paul George.
Knicks lead, 48.
Pass to Barlow. Back to Watford. Maxey against Brunson. Here's Barlow over Hart. Barlow's shot is good. Barlow's got his second bucket tonight. Brunson the pass to Hart. Over in the corner, McBride. Towns the screen. Out to Brunson. No good with the triple.
And he got a couple to fall from long distance in the first half, but still looking for that number 3.
Pass to Watford. Here's Barlow. Kicks it out to Maxey. And here we go, the fast break. Brunson's got it. And there are the Knicks with another bucket.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
The 76ers trail by 16. Maxey passes to Embiid. There's 37 seconds left to play in the third. That one, no good. Hart the pass to McBride. Bangs home the trifecta. McBride's got his third basket of the night right there.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up? Oh, yeah, you're done.
Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line.
And take a look at what he's been able to do at the free throw line. 82% more than acceptable.
Robinson's checked in for the Knicks. OG Anunoby comes in for Josh Hart. The kick out to Anunoby. Basket counts. Anunoby's got 6.
And what an assured player. Anunoby believes